What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, finally, I'm so excited. I am so excited. I can't tell you, when you are a... Hey. Come on, what is that? When you are a creature of habit, when you're a creature of comfort, when you are a little bit OCD, I'm not like a full-on OCD all the time, full-on energy 24/7 type of guy. Very close, but getting there, probably worse every day eventually. When you are like that, when you are sitting on some kind of business here and you love something and you're used to something and you don't have it, like you don't have a PROCLIP, when you don't have your phone mount and you're just chilling and you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize how much I loved that. Every single vehicle has been made better by my PROCLIP. And I'm going to tell you, I love this car. I do. I love it. I've got so many plans for it. I've been changing things and there's so much coming and I've got so much content to post. But one of the things that drives me absolutely bananas is that I don't have my PROCLIP. Everything else is good in here. I can't stand putting my phone on this charging mat. There's just something about it I really don't like. Obviously, nobody should be looking at their phone when they're driving, but when you're stopped at a light, or I have my kids and I'm at the school and I'm waiting, 20 minutes sometimes for the bell to ring for me to bring them up, and I'm just sitting in a car and everybody's just relaxing. I got my phone. I miss having it. I miss having it there and putting it there. It's, it's charging, it's cool. But then it's like, you got to get in here. I'm constantly hitting this hazard button, and it's just not a good thing. It's not a good look. It's not a good situation, and it's bad for my health. Finally, it came. I'm going to show you what came here. So it was on back order. The Durango clip was on back order. And, a few things I've ordered have been on tariff watch lately. I don't know what's been going on, but there's just been some things that have happened with the tariffs. I've been sent this. Now, if you watched the previous video, I had a Magsafe charger, the wireless charger with the setup on the last vehicle, and I was asked if I wanted to try this one. Apparently, this is the Smart QI2 Magsafe wireless charger and the mount. So everything that you would come to love about your PROCLIP mount, which this is the PROCLIP mount, you are going to get to put this, the actual phone part, onto whatever mount you're doing. So what's cool about this is very much loving this. This has a cooling system. It has a power on and off button, which that's kind of cool. So I guess if you wanted to charge or not charge, and it's got fast charging, QI2 certified LED indicators, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to check it out right now, and if it's anything like the other setup, I'm sure I'm going to absolutely love it. And obviously, the star of the show, thank God. I mean, this is like a sneak peek if the lighting was good. But let me open some of this stuff up. Let's get set up and let's get this in here because I'm so excited. The only thing I really don't love about summer is the summer heat. When I'm filming, I can't have the AC on the way I want to cool down. So basically, I'm sort of just roasting in here, which is, it's lovely. So this is the setup. This is what's going to end up happening here. This is the angled piece, the angled mount that's going to go inside the car on my dashboard, and this piece is going to attach here, just like every other PROCLIP mount you've seen. And what's going to end up happening is this is going to be the new base for me. It's got, like I said, the on-off. This is just going to be there, so I've got an infinite amount of swivel, which I love. And it's got USB-C to USB-C, so you can basically plug this bad boy in right here. And if you do not have a USB-C setup, it does have a cigarette lighter, and it's one of those little stubby ones too, so it's not one of those crazy, obnoxiously large pain in the butts. I don't need that. It also came with one of these bad boys, which if your phone, I believe this is what this is, if your phone is not a MagSafe compatible, you can put this in there. It's a heavy duty adhesive ring on it. My phone and all of my cases are MagSafe compatible, so I do not need that. This is a looker, looks a lot cooler than the last one, so I'm definitely impressed. And what I did ask for were some of these adhesive clip cable management setups, because this is going to be something that I'm going to want to try to snake a certain type of way. Let's start out by getting this piece installed. So you're going to want to put the clips in, just like I saw in the picture. You're going to wedge this in, right? And what it's going to do is make a tiny little bit of a gap, right? I mean, I'm going to want to do this with two hands, but I'm a big, strong fella. This is going to want to go in. And then once you're in, just be careful, you know, be aware. This is some sharp stuff. You don't want to be damaging this material here. So once you're going to get this in, you're going to want to be pulling down and out, because what we're going to want to have to do is, once we know this is secure, remove these, but I have other ones that I'm going to probably use. So I have 4, because I've got numerous. Look at it. I could just yank that right in there, yeet. And this is almost completely in anyway. Once that's in, you know, you can just do as you wish. Just like I said, use 2 hands, finish yourself off, use a towel, clean up, end of story. So let's get this in, and then let's install the phone charger. Now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to probably put a cable management here and something. I don't even know if I can droop it around, because the cord's a little bit long. I don't know how long it is, actually. I wish I could go in. I wish there was a way to like hide it behind a dash and come down, or go in through the dash. I don't know. Right now we're just going to get it set up, because I need to have a charger in this car. I'm going to lose my mind. So let's do that. It's going to be interesting. You know, the cable makes things interesting. But basically, we're going to be sitting here looking like this. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited, though. I say this in every video. I'm going to say it again, real quick again. Don't over-tighten these. This is a metal screw going into plastic. So make sure you're straight. Get it started a couple times. Go through and make sure you got it in a hole. I don't know how experienced you are with getting it in a hole. This is a little bit of a small hole. So, you know, even the crafty veterans might have some issues getting it in the hole. Who knows? But take your time. There is no rush when it comes to this. This thing right here is the next step. You're going to loosen this up like any of the other things you've ever dealt with in your life. You're going to pop that on there, and you're just going to tighten it. So this cable is a USB-C to USB-C. So this does afford you an ability to use a different type of cable, I guess, if you wanted. I just don't know. The only thing I don't love, I'm going to be honest with you, what I don't love is that this sticks down quite a bit here. If they had this sucked in more and I was able to have this bend here up more in, that would be kind of cool, because then I could have essentially tried to hide it a little bit better. Now, there's really no great way to make this hide unless I have the wire. So what I'm going to end up doing for mine, oh, this is actually a pretty awesome location, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to end up moving mine probably so that it's like this. This is going to be cool. So I do like that feature where if you don't want it to be charging, I mean, I don't know who's really not going to want it to charge, but, you know, essentially there's that. And I think, you know, no matter what, if I wanted to just have it like this. So either way, if I wanted to have it without a wire, you know, it's fine. So you could technically do it that way if you wanted to, and fast and easy. So I like that. I like that option. Some people might not be able to overcome this. I do believe that there are going to be options out there that have a shorter stub here, or maybe even like a 90 degree. I'm almost positive I will figure something out, and tonight I will be looking at it online and I will find a solution, and I will be posting that in about 2 seconds. So, editing magic. And there are a couple options that you can decide to go with. There are these types of cables here that have USB-C to USB-C, but there's a 90 degree angle on it, which I think this is obviously a solid winner. You just got to make sure you find something that has fast charging, because one of the major points of this is obviously the fast charging capabilities as well. I bought this one that has a straight and one that has a 90 degree, but I also bought one that has two 90 degrees. So this is how this is going to sit for right now. Instead of using the cable, like I said, that came with this, that was going to end up having this protrusion here and sticking down, and for me to get the look I want, or at least somewhat close to the look I want, I would have had to put some crazy like tension, some crazy bend on here, and I'm just not really, looking into doing something like that. The product itself, I've been trying this out for the last couple of days, obviously with that cable until this just showed up. Awesome. I love it. I think it looks really cool. But as of right now, I have a 90 degree, right? And it goes in here, and it's going into this, so I don't have to tuck anything. I still have complete access to all my buttons. From a distance, I mean, I get it. Yeah, some of you are going to say, oh, well, with this on here, you can't tell that this droops down. Okay, but my phone's not always on that. You know what I mean? My phone is not always chilling like that. And I don't want something that just looks like complete crap. You know what I mean? So this goes through. This cuts down. And again, like I said, I'm not done yet. But it goes in here. I'm going to tuck this in nice. It goes in here. It tucks into this crevice. Again, I'm going to tuck it in even more. I was just doing a test run. Comes down. Now it's going to have to come around here. This is the only part. You got to suck this into this bad boy. It should squeeze in. Once it gets in, I'm going to see if I can snake some of the excess, because there will be a little bit. I did get a 3.3 foot. The other one was like 40 something inches, I believe. So you could leave the excess here in case you want it. And you could use one of those clips, and you could literally just mount this up, and it's just out of the way. And with the other 90 degree bend, which is why I do recommend having another 90 degree bend, it doesn't stick out far. I still have complete access to this USB-C, all of the ports. This just looks nice. I'm not blocking or obstructing anything. I still have full access to this stupid plate charger, which again I'm not ever planning on using, but again, like I said, this is going to get tucked up. But this is the way it sits. It's super strong. I have no fears that it's going to come off. It's movable. For me, oh Jesus, messages galore here. So for me, in my use, this is just going to end up staying like this. I'll end up having this like that. And I like that way better. Now, I could end up trying to do something else, maybe go a different way, whatever. But I like the fact that this tucks behind here. It's nice. It's a straight line. I think it looks cool. You let me know what you think. But as of right now, I'm super pumped. I'm super happy. Thank you so much for PROCLIP to always, make sure I've got my vehicle outfitted with the right thing. This looks awesome. I love you guys. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you are an OCD OG, I truly appreciate you. And like I said, through the power of editing, this was like 3 days after I filmed the part before this. That's going to finalize the video. It's always a long video, but you go through the stages of insanity when it comes to me. I don't just throw things on and call it good. I want it to be something I'm comfortable with. And to be honest with you, this is something I'm comfortable with. When my phone is not in there, I mean, you could even pull this a little bit. And no, let's not mess. Let's not mess with this. I like the way it looks. It's good. I come in, I chill, I can just decide what angle I want my phone at, and The phone is chilling right here. That's it. That's the angle. I got access to things when I want. And as I said, this doesn't impede on anybody's knees unless you got a real tall guy like, Joey, tall guy with their big knees. But I don't have that many friends, and especially not the tall ones. They're all far away. I love you all. Hope everybody's staying happy, healthy, and humble. And I'll see you guys on the next one.